All right, guys, welcome back. Today it's Friday, um, basically the last weekend or the last week for the month of May. Things crazy. We've been locked down, quarantined for a couple months now, and e-commerce is doing a lot better than I expected. Um, and today I'm going to cover the stock where I am basically seeing the market will go in the next 2 months, especially with the summer season. We've been basically hit the low around 2174 on ES future, and then SPY is about 218 to 17, and now we already back to 306. So it's crazy 100 point, almost 100 point move, just basically from the month of March all the way now. It's, if you bought it on the low, you hold it, hey, congratulations, you're making a very significant amount of profit from there. Um, so today I'm going to cover about two things. The first one, which is the overall market that we're going to see in the next 2 months, and then the other one that I want to talk about, individual stock that I personally looking at, from airlines, cruise, right, and then also technology and all that stuff, financial, um, credit card. It's gonna be amazing. I want you to tune in and listen for me for a second here, and then we're gonna go deep dive on each individual stock, and we're gonna see where's that stock will bring us to the next 3 to 4 months ahead. Okay, Q2, we already in Q2. Now we're basically gonna finish Q2 next month, and then we're gonna start with Q3. There's gonna be a lot things change eventually. So without further ado, let's jump into sharing my screen here, and I am going to share my think or swim or my stock chart here. All right, so if you guys are looking at my screen right now, today we have a very crazy movement because of that Trump conference. So there's a conference, and also there's a tweet from President Trump. Um, Especially yesterday, we have a sell-off pretty large from, you know SPY 306 area, and then all the way to 301 area. Now today we basically rally back to almost 306 again, or maybe we're already in 306. I did not. Oh yeah, around 304, 305, and then after hours we're at 306. So if you see this is a crazy movement from up, down, up, and then we close higher basically. So um, I'm gonna bring this chart on. Let me see, where is my? There you go. This guy. All right. So I want to bring this and then share with you guys. Kind of give you guys the idea, the overall market where we're looking at, right? Like I mentioned to you guys earlier, we hit the bottom 2018, 218 on SPY. Now we're back to 306 or 307, the high. Now we're above 200 moving average. We're above the 50 moving average, which is bullish. This is bullish. It's a good recovery. It's not a V shape, but it's making kind of hook, um, sign, or with the recovery grinding higher here. We still making a one time frame, which is we never really close um, below the last resistor, which is now is a support right here, and then here also, right, 208, and even this one 295. So it's pretty good move overall market. SPY, the way how I see this, we're above all these two moving average. We probably will test this 312. Okay, 312 will be another key area. We probably will be looking at somewhere in the first week of June. Now, after that, I am thinking that we probably will hit the top. The reason why I say that is there's a lot other business or sector that are hurting. So it's a matter of shifting the money from restaurant, from what is it, transportation. Well, when I say transportation, is not including like UPS, FedEx. Those completely separate. They're making a lot good money right now because of e-commerce is doing well. So I'm talking about transportation like Boeing, airplane, cruise, entertainment, right? All that stuff. They're hurting right now. And the other side, which is the e-commerce, like regular basic toilet paper, basic necessities, and other stuff, they're basically in doing so much well because people are buying more than they should be. Grocery, right? All that stuff, food. Now, food you can divide it into two, right? Restaurant and also grocery. So there's two different things. But grocery is doing well, but the restaurant is not because of they closed down. Nail salon is also hurting, right? So its money has been shift basically. So, all right, let's go to QQQ here, which is the technology. I also want to show you guys looking at these QQQ almost going to the last high, which is we're like 4 more points. This probably will be tested by next week. It's very amazing. Like looking at this like technologies, it's gonna be used, right? School, workplace, Microsoft, or Zoom, Google Hangout. They all gotta use that. So technology is gonna be not much affected because of this pandemic, but in fact they are being used more, being used utilized more. So if we're looking at IWM here, which is the small cap, now this is the kicker. Small cap, IWM, which is represent a lot of small caps, they are still it is still underneath the 200 moving average, but it's above 50, so which is still good. However, it's been laggard for in the past 6 months, so which is fine because there's a lot of other things that is pulling the stock higher, right? Not just keeping with the small cap. IWM will move quicker rather than sell in sell-off mode. You see this, they are selling more a lot faster from 165 to 95. That's like almost 40%, close to, I would say probably almost 50%, right? On the fall down, but on the recovery, not so much. Tech is leading for sure. So um, let's take a look at the biotech. Biotech is also another key component on this recovery because of a lot research, a lot more um, special kind of needs on the vaccine, and also a lot of um, medical needs, right? They are basically higher. So to be honest with you, this is already 52 weeks high on the biotech. So it's amazing. Nasdaq and biotech are leading on the recovery. So the other one, which is the semiconductor, I want to show you. Um, this one, it's also it's a good recovery, but it's kind of in the medium. I do not say it's leading, but I do not say also it's laggard. Kind of in the between, right? Um, the Nasdaq and IBB are leading. IDBN is kind of lagging. SPY and SMH kind of in between, but it is bullish because it's above 2 moving average that I just mentioned. Now, where are we going moving forward from this? Okay, you guys already seen we basically recovered from the bottom. Now we're in almost 80% of recovery of the whole stock. Well, of course, we're just looking at the ETF, the indices, right? But also there's, if we deep dive into each individual stock, there's gonna be some stock that lagging comparing with others, right? So we're gonna deep dive on that, but I know I wanna kind of finish up with this. In the next 2 months, this is where my prediction and this is my opinion. Remember, I am not a professional financial advisor. This is based on what I'm looking at on the technical chart and what I think the market will go. Now, we are not overbought yet, but eventually we will, especially if the Nasdaq is hitting new high or testing the high, and then SPY will be testing the 312. And then if you look at IWM, it'll be also testing this 200 MA, right? Looking at the red line here. So about 146.50, 146.62. That will probably will be tested next week. The reason I said that because we are still grinding higher. We are still in the recovery phase. The more we have the reopening, and then especially the economy gonna start coming back and recovery, there's gonna be a lot of shifting. People start working from home more often than coming to the office because of, maybe they want to segregate the phase between, how many people can come in the office. So due to the work distancing, right? Social distancing with work distancing. So that will happen more with remote work. There's also a lot more shop is being closed. When I say closed, meaning bankrupt, like restaurant. If they cannot survive, they're gonna have to do bankrupt. There's a lot company now is kind of declaring Chapter 11, especially when they don't or they're not able to get the funding or the loan. So they're gonna be closing down. I know there's a lot in my area now. They basically uh, the commercial building now is kind of up for lease. The business that used to be there is no longer there anymore. They basically just closed down because they probably don't have enough capital anymore to run. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on like that, right? You're going to see it in your area as well. Now, in the next 2 months, okay, summertime normally will be less people trading. There's going to be a lot more people are vacation. Now, this is the key. With the kids already done with school, and then people that work remotely, they can work remotely from anywhere technically. So there's going to be a lot of people that basically, if they have money, they can travel. Especially very very good airline is already open. As long you wearing mask, you're allowed to travel. People will be traveling more. They'll be out of the house because it's been I have kids, so working at home and running business with kids, doing an online school, and there's so many demands. It can be very very stressful. This is the time where people are traveling, which is good for economy. People are spending. Now there's also another thing that other people that um, unemployed or having a furlough or maybe mandatory leave absent, right? They probably will kind of tend to save more money because it's unknown. But once they go back to work, okay, or if they already got a new job, they're gonna start spending again. And that's kind of the norm of American way. Okay. Um, sorry to say that, but that's the thing, right? Based on spending, consumer spending, that's where the economy, American economy, basically running on. Now, I want to go over a couple things. Now, with the summer season coming, I think the market will start keep grinding higher and sideways. Even though there's a lot of people that thinking we're gonna have a big sell-off, we're probably gonna have the sell-off need to come anytime soon. But It's not happening. There's a lot of people that expecting we're gonna sell off again, but it's not. I think we have to pass that 2 months first, this summer season, and then the big boys will start coming back again from summer vacation, right? Then that's where we're gonna start seeing with the earning if things are better or things are worse. Okay. Right now we're still in the unknown situation. If you're looking at the consumer spending, which is I'm going to cover this right now. If you're looking at this is called Mastercard, okay, MA. If you're looking at this, we are like 80% recovery. So this is also, they normally also reporting like telling us like, hey, how's the people consumer spending? Are they spending more money, or are they basically tend to use less credit card, right? If keep in mind, 90, I would say 90% of American, they basically live using credit card. Okay, now they have to continue using credit card if they want to purchase something, you know, either even buying grocery. Now, if that usage of credit card is less or decreasing, then we know that people consumer spending behavior will be less, right? They tend to save more money regardless whatever the situation happens. Now that's the thing that you need to pay attention. Now another one I want to see is also Visa. Visa is the same situation, right? 80% recovery. So it looks good right now. There's no issue at the moment. Now I'm gonna look at the ITB. ITB is the ETF for housing construction. There's no there's no way. This is like 90% recovery. Like nothing really happened with with the ITB stock here. We fell down from 46, right? Or let's say looking at 50 to all the way to $22. And people are thinking like we're gonna go recession. There's gonna be a lot of foreclosure. But look at this. 90% recovery is it's crazy. Are we overbought? Yes, we are overbought on this situation. So I'm expecting there's going to be a little pullback and scarcity in this 200 moving average, right? 41.50 will be hold, and then we're just going to continue sideways. If we breach that, then we're going to just spending time sideways in this area. So that's why I'm kind of leaning that we probably just going to be going up and down, chop in between. There's no further direction until we know that we already out of the COVID-19, and let's say the vaccine is already found and is already um, being tested to people and the positive result, right? So that's kind of the key. Now, there are probably some sell-off eventually. We don't know. Could be, you know, a tweets. It could be some political way, or could be some, you know, war going on again. Who knows, right? That thing is nobody know and nobody can predict that. But from the chart, from what I'm seeing, okay, this is what I'm seeing. We're probably gonna be choppy in the next 2 months, up and down, and probably just keep between in this range. Okay, so if you looking at the SPY going back again, so we're probably between, you know, 312 to the 300. Even though let's say if we break the 300, we're probably gonna between in this gap fill, which is the 286 to 312, right? Just choppy in between until we see another new direction for us. All right, now that is my opinion where it's gonna happen in the next 2 months. Okay, so just be careful if you're long, if you're short, just make sure you play short term, right? Um, if you can hold, you know, and you don't play option, especially option expired worthless. So you just have to kind of pay attention on that. Then maybe you should selling premium rather than buying the call directional or the put directional. Okay, you can sell the call or sell the put. All right, now let's go to the list that I have. So we already covered the indices. This is the question I have for Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla here. Where are we looking at the Tesla? Tesla is also like around like 90% recovery here, right? From 850, 900, we sell off to 350, and then we bounce back to 350, 850. I think Tesla, to be honest with you, is gonna try to test the 950 again. This stock, it's doing a bull flagging, which is goes up and then just sideways. I like Tesla. Test this 875 or 870. I'm gonna probably also participate selling the 750. If there's enough juice for me, maybe I would probably sell option here, sell put, and then just collecting premium from here. And then I like the MACD's also curving a little bit to the upside. So that's what I'm thinking Tesla. It's not overbought, but I think it has potential to go up to 870. Okay. Now, what's gonna happen in the next 2 months? Okay, we're probably just gonna be choppy, or we're grinding higher to test this 970. Okay, Tesla is bullish. I like Tesla. I think with Elon Musk is cutting. I think there's a news recently. He's cutting Tesla 3 price. And also the S model. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe the Tesla 3 prices remain the same, but the S and the X are reduced. So that's really good for people that has money and they want to buy, or maybe a business owner they want to lease, right? Because the price is cheaper now. Now the next thing I want to do is Nvidia. Okay, I just want to finish up this list real quick. Nvidia is looking at a little bit almost overbought, to be honest with you. I like this bottoming tail in this. This is a support right here, right? You can see. And then bottoming tail coming, and then we're kind of moving higher. However, I do not like to buy this a little bit longer because the way how I see it, we probably it's already overbought. So I'm expecting there's going to be a little pullback here. At least it'll bring back to this level 295, around 300, 295. Now, there's also potential with Nvidia, right? There's a lot of people that's staying home. They're playing games more often, but that's on the devices. So Nvidia need to release more gaming devices, especially the graphic card and stuff. Um, then that will basically boost up more because people will tend to spend more money, probably with the stimulus check money. So um, I will not buy Nvidia. I will not chase right here. I will wait until it pull back. Then you can sell your premium, or you can buy between 295 to 300 level. So that will be my take right there. Now let's go to the next one. I'm gonna look for so we already cover SPY, QQQ. Oh, BA, Boeing. I really like Boeing here. Boeing looks very, very good to recover. The reason why I said that, we've been hovering in between 135 to 140 and 125 or 120. Those are the level that been sideways. Okay. Now BA need to move higher faster, at least back and test 185. We're the positive side, we're above 50 moving average. Okay. However, the longer that BA has been sideways like this, it's 10 more bearish move, which is it can go down and break 120 again, and then to the 180 80-ish somewhere, or like 89, the low of that pullback. So I probably will buy BA around this 135 level. And this is what I share with the group. 135, I'm interested to buy maybe 50 share. And then as we pull back more, I'm buying more. This is for long term. Okay. So at least I can accumulate somewhere around 200 shares of Boeing, or maybe 300 shares, right? So if the shares roughly average around $100, right? So that'll be around 30 grand that I put into this stock only. So, and then after that, I want to diversify my money, you know, either 401k or my cash money to a different stock. So it doesn't have to be in one basket. So that's what Boeing, I do like Boeing. to basically jumping into Boeing. I'm gonna wait a little bit until it pull back to 135 ish. Okay, so that's Boeing. And then the next thing I have here, we already covered the Mastercard, Visa. Um, we don't need to cover AXP, which is American Express. I think that's kind of the same category with MA and Visa. The other thing that I have is American Airline, um, AAL. AAL is doing well. We did recover from these low that we push $8 we broke, and then $8.20, and then we bounce back with the tail right there, right? And then we go close somewhere. Now is basically around 10.50. um, I don't like is below 50 moving average, but if we go back up there, I probably want to add more. I have a position here. I do also sell premium put at $10. So it's kind of giving me roughly about 2 grand credit. So if by June 15, American Airline can stay above 10, then I collect that 2 grand pure profit pretty good. So that's what I'm hoping. Because the reason I said 10 is because looking at this level, we have resistant, right? Support, breach, and then bounce back again, and then support again, and then resistant, and then we broke up, and then we rallied to 1250 area, and then now it's pulling back. So $10 need to stay, need to hold. Okay, if we have a pullback. Now, what happened if we doesn't have a pull? If we doesn't hold, then we are in the big trouble. So eventually we'll test the 920 again. Um, but I think with, like I said, like earlier, people in the summer season, people travel more. There's going to be income coming into airline. People will start buying traveling tickets and so on and so on. Okay. Now that's American Airline. The same thing with Dell, which is Delta Airline. You can see the screen. This one, Delta Airline is much better because it's above 50 moving average, and then Southwest is also above 50 moving average. Okay, those basically it's kind of in the recovery phase. We just have to see like how it goes. Okay, now cruise line, I do. Let's do the Royal Caribbean. RCL, it's kind of number one cruise right now. It's holding well. It has kind of the top. I would say maybe it's not luxury, but it has a better name, I guess, comparing to Norwegian Carnival cruise, right? Carnival is more like the cheapest level of cruise, right? You can go to Mexico and probably cost you $500 for 3 days, or 700 bucks, whatever. So it just kind of the lower level tier, I guess. I do own CCL. I do own Carnival. I'm gonna hold it for a while. But RCL, there's a news recently just happened a couple days ago that there's a director insider purchasing a stock, roughly about 20,000 stocks. So it's good, better than nothing, right? So at least kind of giving a boost. The way how I see this, we're probably just gonna be sideways in this line between 250. If we do recover, we're probably gonna test this $70, which is good, another 20 points higher, or we can just basically um, go back here and then just kind of sideways, like I said, right? Now let's looking at the CCL, which is the Carnival. I own this. Um, I have about 1,000 share here. So far it's making profit because I keep selling premium and owning the stock as well at the same time. So the 14 area need to stay and hold. Eventually this will test $20. Okay, 19 to $20. Now if we do have a bounce, a good bounce, that probably will bring us to 25-ish, somewhere in this between right here in the top. 25 is the top. The reason why I say the top is there's gonna be more people have to buy Carnival cruise and traveling and has a confidence. So I don't think the recovery 100% like 80 to 90% like other stock it's happening yet, but at least it's doing it right by reopening the economy. So that's basically how I see it. It's just like, hey, as long you can play this sideway, either you buy long, you buy call, you buy put, or maybe just buy the stock and hold, or maybe just selling premium like I did, right? Collecting, every week, every month, income from there, couple of hundred here, couple thousand there, right? So that will help your P&L eventually at the end. So I think I already speak a lot. Um, let's see what else I have in the list here. I miss a couple of them. Nvidia, L. That's pretty much I have though. To be honest, I think I miss a couple of them, and I apologize if I did. Just send me a DM, and then I'll probably just respond back to you with my analysis. But in terms of this, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. And then I'll see you guys again whenever I have time to record. Right now, it's a good time, it's a weekend and things are slowing down. So I can enjoy more time with family and stuff and working on my private label. Other than that, then you guys have a good one. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Ciao.